Erik wasn't like other boys. While his friends chased soccer balls and wrestled in the grass, Erik's heart belonged to the melody. He dreamt of swirling his fingers across the strings of a violin, coaxing out sweet sounds that would dance on the wind. "Boys don't play violins, Erik," his father would rumble, a frown creasing his forehead. "Real men play football or learn to fix the car." Erik's shoulders would slump, the melody trapped in his chest, yearning to escape. Instead of violins, Erik found himself surrounded by dusty wrenches and greasy rags. He learned to change a tire faster than anyone in his class, but his heart ached with each bolt tightened. One day, while helping his dad in the garage, a glint of sunshine caught his eye. It was coming from a dusty corner, where a forgotten box lay nestled in the shadows. Curiosity tugging at him, Erik peeked inside. His breath hitched. Nestled in the worn velvet lining was a beautiful violin. Its wood, the color of rich chocolate, gleamed even in the dim light. Delicate curves whispered promises of music, and the strings, taut and waiting, seemed to beckon him. This was it, the melody Erik had been searching for. That night, after his parents were asleep, Erik snuck the violin out of the box. Holding it, a feeling of warmth spread through him. He ran his fingers tentatively across the smooth surface. Then, with a deep breath, he drew the bow across the strings. A screech erupted, sharp and off-key. Erik winced, his heart sinking. But then he remembered his dad's words, "Practice makes perfect." So, night after night, under the cloak of darkness, Erik practiced. He scraped and squawked, his fingers clumsy on the unfamiliar instrument. But slowly, ever so slowly, the sounds began to change. Hesitant notes turned into wobbly melodies, and soon, simple tunes filled the quiet house. One morning, Erik's mom peeked into his room, drawn by the sweet strains of music. There he was, bathed in the morning sunlight, his purple hair a halo around his focused face as he played a familiar lullaby. Tears welled up in her eyes. The melody wasn't perfect, but the emotion poured into it was crystal clear. That day, there was a change in the air. Erik's parents saw the spark in their son's eyes, the way his face lit up with each note. They understood, finally, that true strength wasn't about conforming to expectations, but about embracing what made him unique. Erik started taking violin lessons. It wasn't easy. Other kids snickered at his purple hair, whispering about boys and violins. But Erik, fueled by his passion, ignored them. He practiced diligently, his music growing richer and more beautiful with each passing day. Soon, Erik was playing at school concerts and community events. His music, filled with his unique spirit, touched the hearts of everyone who heard it. He even convinced a few friends to try the flute and oboe, proving that music wasn't about gender, but about the magic it created. Erik, the boy with purple hair, became a symbol of following your dreams, no matter how different they may seem. He learned that true strength came from staying true to yourself, and that the melody within him could not be silenced. And sometimes the most beautiful music comes from the most unexpected places, like a boy with purple hair and a heart full of music.